out of this whole circuit?
Well, it's been great, get an opportunity to serve and give back to the communities throughout our state, get a chance to work with, second through eighth graders, the youth, and just to see the joy and the excitement to come out and work on fundamentals. It's also been, for me and just seeing our staff, seeing them get a chance to coach, the joy that they have in instructing, building on those fundamentals, and, it's been a great experience all in all. The parents, the appreciation that they have. This is what it's all about, and being able to go out and live out what our program is all about, and that's serving others, and it's been a great event.
For you as the coach of Florida State, though, you've been able to see the state. Like, have you been to Tampa before?
I have. It was a quick stop there early in recruiting. We were trying to hit as much as we possibly could in those first that first week before the early signing period, and then in the month of January when I first got the job. But really, we've been so limited on being able to get out, and so that's also been a great opportunity for me, for the staff, to see the state, to be able to show the investment into the state of us trying to give back. It's been remarkable. The reception's been wonderful, and it's, like I said, it's been a great experience.
What kind of inroads do you feel like you have been able to make in Florida? Just because, you were new to the state when you came in, and then you couldn't do anything for a year.
Yeah, well, it's all about building relationships, and and that building relationships takes time. And so what we've been doing, with the phone conversations with the high school coaches, getting an opportunity to, having hired guys on the staff that are really well ingrained in the state has been a big positive. And it's just continuing to share the vision of not only who we are, but what we're all about here moving forward. And it's one thing, any coach that takes the job in the state of Florida is going to talk about the importance of the state, but who's really willing to invest in it? And that's what this is about. This is showing, even though we can't see any high school coaches, we can't see any high school prospects, we're here for the youth. We're here to help lift up the communities, and I think it's been pretty special. It's been a great experience for all of us.
Why was it important for you guys to have one of these camps here in Tampa?
Tampa's a great place. It's a great community. We've got a wonderful tradition of great players that have come from this area, and to be able to give back and to really let this community know that what Florida State staff is all about, and really to share the Seminole way.
Used to coaching the 18 to 22-year-olds the past few years. What's it like to get back to coaching?
Oh man, this is where it's at. This is the core of teaching. I think it's a joy to see coaches coach, and really these kids are going to listen to every word that you say, and so you have to be clear on your communication. Can assume nothing, but it's fun to see the improvements in an hour and a half practice where these they're working all different positions. They're really trying to build and grasp the information that you have, and you get to see that improvement throughout the course of the day, and hopefully give them some tools that they can use as they continue to grow.
How good of a benefit is it the fact that the coaches are all out here? They're able to kind of communicate, and they didn't have this last year.
No, and it's something that's great because, obviously we're giving back to the community, but, it's a great opportunity for our staff to build, time with each other. And, you go on the road show, we have 12 stops throughout the state, and, that means, throughout the course of the days, our time together, before and after these camps, it's great for our staff to continue to build those relationships. And, once again, just you get to see the joy of our coaches. There's some of these kids that we'll see will one day probably be Florida State Seminoles, but right now it's not for the immediate gratification of what recruiting might be years down the road. It's about giving back now, and just seeing the joy, seeing the smiles. Our coaches we're coaching hard. We're coaching these kids just like we coach ours, and that's something that I think is appreciated, and it's a joy for me as a head coach to see our guys giving back like that.
Is coordinating and organizing a mega camp is like riding a bike? It's been a few years since you've done it, but what's it like to have to throw one of these things together?
No, I love it because I think it shows. You've heard me say before, how you do anything is about how you do everything, and if you're willing to be detailed, organized, to have an efficiency about how you operate, it shows the importance of the people and or to the people of for the event. And so we spent a lot of time on how we were going to operate, what it was going to look like. We've had to adapt and adjust just like anything else, throughout throughout this road trip. But I think it's gone really well, and we've got our camps in Tallahassee coming in June, and you mentioned the mega camp. It is it's going to be a heck of a day, and it's going to be a great event, and that's another opportunity for us. Not only are we going to we'll have great players that come to that camp, and we're excited about who we know has already registered, but I'll also say it's an opportunity to showcase our state. Once again, I mean, these kids have been so limited there. You don't get the spring evaluations. So if we can provide an opportunity for our players in the state of Florida to get that exposure for other schools, I think we're over 60 colleges that are going to be here from all levels. It's just that's what this is about. And we're taking a platform that we have at Florida State and just trying to make an impact to our kids and the high school coaches in the state.
Recruiting never stops anyway, but how nuts is next month going to be?
Oh, it's it has been well discussed, well planned out. We know it's going to be 27-day sprint, and we're looking forward to every second that we get. I know that it's going to be a heck of a sight to see. So
anything you've ever done like it?
I mean, each year there's a sense of urgency to get kids on campus and to make sure that you're maximizing that time. But usually with April and May, still having that opportunity. And but I mean, it's been whatever it is, 15, 16 months since we've had a kid on campus that we could talk to. So it's gonna be wild.
Today is not about recruiting, but how important do you see the Tampa area being for you in recruiting once you kind of really have everything going here?
No, I mean it's important because great players, great high school programs. I mean this is a place that we need to do well, and for us it's all about finding the right fit. And we've had some really good players in our program history from this area, and that's something that we celebrate. And for us we have to make sure that the Seminole way is understood, and these kids knowing what we're all about, and being able to get them to Tallahassee to have great careers is something that will be celebrated.
I think it's official now with Andrew being signed, Andrew Parchment. Just how excited are you to have him finally on campus and sign and see?
It's been great, and building that relationship since I guess it was December when he went into the portal. This is a young man that's done everything that we've asked throughout this process, and we've got to build the understanding of him. Really just what his college path and career has been, and the work that he's put into it. He did an exceptional job finishing up academically, graduating from Kansas, and having him on campus, being able to start classes, all those things that we've been pointing to, and he's knocked it out of the park. A great young man, excited about what his future and playmaking ability is.
Last thing for me, just are you thinking at all about NIL, or is July not even on your radar?
Oh, it always is. I mean, and that's the thing is, I'm really pleased with our administration, taking a proactive approach. We didn't wait till July to start talking about what was in place, because this is going to be something that's never been seen before.
Like?
No, we don't, and nobody does. But we have a plan. We're educating our student athletes. We're going to be able to provide resources. It's going to be ever changing. It's we won't have a great scope of what that's going to look like until it gets here. But when you have a plan, when you're able to provide educational resources, when these kids know that they're important, you're making that investment not to be reactive but to be proactive, and that's what we've done. And I'm really pleased with where we are with our Apex program. And obviously July will be unique in its own right, but I do like where we are.